Is AFK Journey really worth your time? Welcome back to Cocky Gachas, and in this video, I will be giving my honest opinion and thoughts on the upcoming game, AFK Journey, which is a sequel to AFK Arena. I have personally played through last beta and also current beta as well, so I do think that I am in a place to review the game. Now, before I go any further, just a disclaimer, this video is sponsored by AFK Journey. However, you guys know me, I will always be objective in my review, and they did not tell me that I couldn't criticize the game, which is also why I take up this sponsorship. So diving right in, the first thing that I want to touch on that I noticed straight away that is different from AFK Arena is the fact that there is a significant graphical upgrade, right? You can see on your screen itself, this is the gameplay footage that I've gotten from the beta stage, and it looks amazing, especially when it comes to the towns. There are a lot more design, right? Previously in AFK Arena, it's just straight up like more of a 2D art, right? This is now 2.5D, and also there is a notch up in my opinion. I'm not sure what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And notably, with the graphical upgrades also come a new attention to storyline, which I did not expect. Because previously in AFK Arena, which I played for 2 years, right, there was no focus on storyline, mainly just focusing on the gameplay itself. But this time around, it seems they put a lot of effort. In fact, from the last beta to this beta, the story has changed completely. Major upgrades, especially including some cutscenes you can also see on the screen for yourself. And I think that the effort is there. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing story. However, I think it is quite easy to follow, and also it is quite humorous, right? There are some witty bits that have been added in. And although me personally, I'm not huge on the story, I do understand that there are players out there that will really appreciate a game for the story and only play if it has a passable or if not a good story. So this is definitely one of the aspects that I think is good about AFK Journey. Now moving on, next is also the thing that I just mentioned that I place huge emphasis on, and that is the gameplay. And for AFK Journey, I really like the gameplay. For people that are not familiar with the gameplay formula of AFK Arena, AFK Journey, this type of idle games, basically you just have to clear stages and then you would wait for the AFK rewards to come in so that you can obtain the rewards and clear more stages and improve your AFK rewards. It's an endless loop, right? So this gameplay loop itself, it might sound boring, but me personally, I really enjoy this type of games. I'm not sure about you guys, but I rate it very high. And I like AFK Arena, whereby you cannot interact with the map itself, right? When going through all of these stages, it's just one stage after the other. In AFK Journey has been transitioned into this 2.5D side scrolling. I'm not sure if people like it, but me personally, I think it is an upgrade because now we can interact with the objects, we can interact with the NPCs, so there are more things to do, right? You can feel more alive in the game instead of just looking at a 2D screen and then just going through stage by stage. So this is an upgrade in my opinion. And also, right, what I feel is even more important than this upgrade to the 2.5D side scrolling is the fact that there are now grids, right, when it comes to the tactical aspects in gameplay itself. Previously, right, in all of these idle games, you will usually find them only having 5 grids. So you have 5 units, you can swap the positions of them freely. However, this time has been upgraded to more grids. Not to mention, in all of the PvP arenas and in the different maps itself, there are different grid placements. So it's another level of the tactical aspect. For some people, it might be a small thing, or even they might find it annoying because it increases the complexity. But for me myself, I really enjoy this tactical aspect. It also means that I can try more permutations to really formulate the perfect formation and team to tackle stages above my weight, right? So this is something that I really appreciate. Now, of course, right, at this point, I've just mentioned the gameplay, I've just mentioned the graphical prowess, but very importantly, I think to a lot of people, they want to know whether a game is pay to win or is it free to play friendly. But before I go any further, right, I'd just like to say that a game can be pay to win and free to play friendly at the same time. They are not mutually exclusive. But when it comes to AFK Journey, right, I would say from the first aspect, pay to win factor is definitely there, because unlike other games where it's strictly PvE, right, this game has PvP aspects, and in fact there are a couple PvP aspects that you can consider in this game. First one is going to be the boss battles. There are going to be ranking rewards, so if you are against a pay to win player, of course you can expect yourself to rank lower. You might not cut off for a higher bracket, right? So this is one of the first things. Definitely you need to have good units before you can go up for the rank, and this is going to be easier if you swipe your card. The second point is also relating to pay to win aspects, whereby there is going to be PvP and there is a ladder just like in boss battles, right? So similarly, if you swipe card, you are going to have more units that are highly upgraded. You are going to be ranked higher on the ladder naturally, right? Although there is aspects whereby tactical gameplay does come in, but if the gap between two players are too big, they cannot overcome it with just simply tactical aspects. So this is something to take note of. And lastly also, right, there is the guild battles that is also competitive in nature because it's guild v environment, but it is ranked based on how much damage or how far you progress through the map itself. Hence, this is the pay-to-win aspect for AFK Journey that is also present in AFK Arena. So a lot of people that don't want to play PvP games, you might not like this game at all. However, at the same time, I'm quite surprised to see there is actually a game mode called Honor Duel that is a fair gameplay mode that is similar to TFT Auto Chess, whereby you progress through each stage and then you match against opponents, and it's like an arena style whereby you have 3 lives and you have to win 9 times, which is the amount of wins you can max accumulate. And this game mode itself is completely free to play and completely fair to play as well, because it does not count into your own units, right? Your rank does not matter. All of it is interacting with the Honor Duel system itself. And on that note, like I mentioned just now, right, pay to win and free to play friendliness are 2 different concepts that can coexist. And my determination on whether a game is free to play friendly is usually by how much the devs actually distribute premium currency to their free to play players. And in this game, AFK Journey, from what I've experienced in the beta as well as playing the game of AFK Arena for 2 years as a free to play player, I can safely say that they have a track record of being very, very generous, and from my experience, that is the case. So despite the fact that this game, right, like all of the other idle games, although they let you summon a lot of times, they also require a lot of dupes, right? You need multiple dupes before a character can be actually usable in the later stages of the game. Still, being generous will help with the progression of you getting duplicates of these units that you really want to use. So from that aspect, I think the game is pretty free to play friendly. Now, of course, right, with all of this mention of free to play, pay to win, all this nonsense, right, the most important thing is still, right, whether the game has content that is meaningful. Because after all, if they let you summon 1,000,000 times but you do not have any places meaningfully using your characters that you have upgraded, right, then it's totally pointless. And for this game, so far I have seen that there are 6 game modes, right, including one of those that are guild battle drills. And from this front, I would say that there is quite a bit, right, just for a game in beta. They have been continually adding all of these game modes. Like I mentioned, Honor Duel was a new addition. Honestly, I feel that it might have the opposite effect, right? Not sure if it's a con for some people. Me personally, I usually like more content, but at the same time, I know a lot of people that are looking to have multiple gacha games that they want to juggle, right? And AFK Arena, right, might be a bit too much content for you to consider it a side game. It's a game that I would consider more to be a main game, so whether it's a pro or con to you, right, this aspect whereby they have quite a bit of content really determines on whether you are juggling multiple games. For me personally, I usually play 1 game at a time, so I think it should be fine if you treat it as more of a main game as compared to other games whereby you can have 5 to 10 minute dailies, right? I think this might demand a bit more time than that. Although the content that I've seen so far, right, are kind of meaningful. Some of those, like the labyrinth, of course, after some time you will probably want to sweep, right, and there is a function for that as well, but most of which is tactical in aspects and also it is quite meaningful. So I think the extra time is justified over there. Overall, I think that AFK Journey is a really solid game. I recommend you guys to actually try out when it's out. If you're interested, you can pre-register using the links in the description below. And lastly, I would like to once again thank the AFK Journey team for sponsoring this video. Do let me know in the comment section below whether you guys are waiting for this game to come out. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Corky Gachas, signing off.